I thought identity theft was something that happened to strangers, shady hackers in some foreign country, not someone I grew up calling Mom. But last year, I found out a $30,000 personal loan had been taken out in my name. I didn't sign for it. I didn't authorize it. But the bank statements, the forged documents, the debt collectors, they all pointed to me. And the person responsible was the woman who raised me. The same woman who once told me I was her greatest blessing. The same woman who used to say, family sticks together, no matter what. When I confronted her, she didn't cry. She didn't apologize. She looked me in the eye and said, if you hadn't been so selfish, I wouldn't have had to do it. And just like that, the foundation of everything I believed about love, trust, and family cracked beneath me. My mother took out a loan in my name, then blamed me when she couldn't pay it back. If you've ever been betrayed by someone who was supposed to protect you, if you've ever had to choose between peace and people-pleasing, this is my story. And maybe, just maybe, it's yours too. I grew up in a small town in Indiana. It was just me and my mom, no siblings, no father in the picture. She always said he left when I was a baby and that we didn't need him anyway. We're a team, she'd tell me. Just you and me against the world. We didn't have a lot. Money was tight, but she always made it work. At least that's what I believed. She worked 2 jobs, sometimes 3, and I idolized her for it. She was strong, independent, a survivor. When I got my first job at 15, she helped me open a checking account. And by 17, I had a part-time job, an after-school internship, and a credit score she helped me build. For the future, she said. I thought she was setting me up for success. Now I know. She was setting me up as a safety net. The first red flag? I didn't see it. Not when she asked to borrow my debit card for groceries. Not when she said she needed to put the electricity bill in my name because her credit was too messy. I thought I was being helpful. I thought that's what good daughters did. Because that's what she taught me. That love meant sacrifice. That loyalty meant silence. That family meant always saying yes. But there was a truth she didn't teach me. A truth I had to learn the hard way. Sometimes the people who raise you are the same people who will ruin you. And call it love. It started with a phone call from my bank. Hi, Miss Taylor. We're just confirming the auto draft for your personal loan repayment. Personal loan. I didn't have a personal loan. I thought it was a mistake. A mix-up. Maybe even fraud. But when I logged into my account, my heart stopped. $35,000. Taken out in my name. Approved 6 months earlier. Payments already deducted, $400 each month. Auto withdrawn from the checking account I rarely used. The account she had access to. I sat there, just frozen, staring at the screen, trying to make sense of what I was seeing. But deep down, I already knew. There was only one person who had my personal details. Only one person who had access to my old accounts. My mom. I confronted her that evening. I didn't accuse her, not at first. I asked if she knew anything about it. She looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Oh, honey, are you sure it wasn't something you signed up for in college?" That was when the switch flipped. The fear turned to fire. I pulled up the digital signature page. There it was, my name, my signature, copied from old school forms. Forged. Sloppy. Obvious. "I don't know what you're talking about," she said again, voice rising. "I trusted you," I whispered. And then she said something I will never forget. "You'll make that money back." But I needed a break. And after everything I've done for you, I deserved it. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just stared at her, this woman I once called my protector, and felt the ground crumble beneath me. "You took my future," I whispered. Mom, defensive, scoffing. "You think I ruined your future over a loan? You were barely using that money. I was drowning." Her voice cracked, not with guilt, but with indignation. Like I was the ungrateful one. "Mom, I raised you. I sacrificed for you. I wiped your nose and fed you when I had nothing. And now you're angry because I borrowed a little help from my daughter. Borrowed? You forged my signature. You hid it from me. You never intended to tell me, did you? Mom, cold now. You're being dramatic. You think the world owes you something. Well, guess what, sweetheart, life's hard. And you're not the only one struggling. It wasn't just about the money. It was the realization that my trust meant nothing. That the woman who taught me to always tell the truth had used mine like a bank account with no overdraft limit. You didn't ask. You stole. And then you gaslit me when I found out. Mom, softly. I thought you'd understand. We're family, Melanie. I left that night. I walked out of the house I once called home with tears on my face and a pit in my stomach. My wedding fund was gone. But worse, my mother was gone too. At least, the version of her I thought I knew. I had no fiancé, no wedding plans, and now no safety net. Just betrayal, and a debt I never agreed to carry. It didn't hit me all at once. It crept in slowly, like fog settling into every corner of my life. The silence. The cold space where joy was supposed to live. Hey, Mom, just call me back when you can. I'm not angry anymore. I just want to talk. I wasn't calling to forgive her. I was calling because I didn't know who else to call. Everyone was moving forward. Everyone, except me. The dress I bought when I still believed I'd be walking down an aisle. The future I built around that hope was unraveling stitch by stitch. I couldn't even afford groceries. The account I'd built over 5 years was gone, vanished in a single betrayal. Flashback montage. The first time I walked into a lawyer's office, my hands wouldn't stop shaking. Not because I was scared of confrontation, but because deep down, I still didn't believe I deserved justice. Lawyer, softly. What your mother did is financial exploitation. This isn't just immoral. It's illegal. I had been so conditioned to excuse her, so used to minimizing the damage. But hearing someone put a name to it, there's a strange kind of silence that comes after chaos. At first, I didn't trust it. I kept waiting for the next betrayal, the next call, the next apology that wasn't really one. But nothing came. Just space. And it was in that space I found the beginning of me. The first time I laughed again, it startled me. Not a polite chuckle. A real laugh. It came while watching a stupid sitcom, alone, eating pasta straight from the pan. I was slowly learning how to enjoy things without guilt. Because for the first time, my joy didn't come with strings attached. I started giving again. But this time, it wasn't about earning love or approval. It was about choice. And that made all the difference. New member. I thought I was alone. That maybe I deserved it. You're not. And you didn't. I didn't need closure from people who thrived on keeping doors half open. I gave myself closure. I left the apartment that held so many broken memories and walked into a new space built with boundaries, healing, and real love. Ryan.
No parents.
Just us. The brother I thought I'd lost became my anchor. Not because he had to, but because he chose to. Dr. Martinez. So, how do you feel today? Safe. And a little proud. Dr. Martinez, smiling. That's a good place to start. I used to think healing meant going back to who I was before. But now I know. Healing is becoming someone new. Someone who protects their peace, chooses joy, and knows when to walk away. This wasn't the life I planned, but it's the one I finally chose. A year after I cut my parents off, they sent a letter. This time, it was different.
No guilt. No manipulations.
Just numbers. A list of everything they'd taken. A basic plan to repay it. And a single sentence at the end. We don't expect anything. We just want to start making this right. Dr. Martinez. It's not a reconciliation. It's a receipt. It wasn't forgiveness, but it was accountability. Cut to her walking through her old neighborhood, pausing outside the building where she once lived. I decided to go back. Not to see them, but to face the ghost of the girl who lived in that apartment. The one who begged for love with her wallet. Who cried herself to sleep in a hospital bed, waiting for a call that never came. Montage. She stops by her old building. Says hello to the doorman who helped her. Leaves flowers at the lobby desk. This time, I didn't leave broken. I left on my own feet. They tried this with me too. It's time the family stops enabling them. For the first time, their mask cracked in front of everyone. It wasn't just me anymore. Ryan. They joined the financial rehab program. Weekly therapy. No access to anyone's money. It wasn't redemption, but it was reality. Catherine Jensen. Let's finalize your trust. Everything's protected now. Ironclad. I didn't build walls to keep love out. I built boundaries to keep me safe. New member. What if they never change? Then you change. You heal. You rise. They still send updates through my lawyer. They've repaid half the money. They say they're trying. Maybe they are.
Narrator. View.
But I don't need them to be better, for me to be okay.
Narrator. View.
I've built something they can't touch. A life that's mine. Rooted in truth. Watered by healing. And protected by people who love without taking. If you're listening to this, and you're still in it, still doubting your worth because of who couldn't love you well, please hear me. You deserve better. You are not the sum of someone else's brokenness. You are allowed to walk away. And you are allowed to thrive after you do. Real family doesn't exploit your love. They honor it.